As President Biden prepares to visit the southern border this weekend, his administration is taking major steps to crack down on illegal immigration. The White House expanding the use of the pandemic-era policy Title 42 to expel more migrants who cross the border illegally. The changes impacting those coming from Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Haiti. National correspondent Haley Bull is live in Key West, Florida. And Haley, more migrants are braving that dangerous journey to the Keys. How significant is this increase and what's driving it?
Hey, good morning, Jay. That's exactly right. They are seeing an influx of migrants recently, many from Cuba who are crossing the Florida Straits, making their way here. You can see along this beach we're standing at in Key West, some of their boats still here ashore, filled with only wet clothes and the very little provisions they had. Now, when we put this into perspective, how significant the increase is, Border Patrol's Miami sector says they have seen a 400% increase in migrant encounters since October 1st. But over the long holiday weekend, federal agents saw another uptick with hundreds of migrants. When we look further into that, those interdictions include more than 600 migrants at sea, more than 320 in the Keys, and the arrival of more than 400 at the Dry Tortugas National Park. Now, that prompted the park, which is in a remote, uninhabited area, to temporarily close. This week, the Coast Guard removed those migrants from the island, transferred them to Key West, where they were then transferred to Border Patrol custody for identification and processing. You can see some of that happening in the video as migrants are let out from under a tent, meet with agents, and are put into buses. Now, local fishing captains in the area see some of this firsthand. They tell us what they are seeing on the water reflects those statistics. One telling us he estimates there are anywhere from 15 to 20 boats that come ashore a day. Listen.
It's tough. They always ask for water. You're actually legally not allowed to aid them. You're supposed to report them. I have a tough time with that. Normally when I pull up to a raft, generally they're going the wrong way. They'll be like, no, don't go that way, go that way, Key West, go west, so I see. And they're like, no, because they're all worried that, they're being tricked.
And many are driven because of economic and political turmoil in their country. Now, the administration announcing this week new immigration policies that will include immediately turning away nationals, including from Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Haiti, who come to the U.S.-Mexico border outside of legal means. But they will expand the parole process seen for Venezuelan nationals to those other three countries. And what that means is the U.S. will accept 30,000 people from those four countries per month. And that means for those people accepted, 2 years and the ability to legally work. But to qualify, they need sponsors here and they need to pass vetting and background checks. Those who cross in an irregular manner will face immediate expulsion, the administration says, under Title 42 or Title 8. Mexico has also agreed to accept 30,000 people turned away per month. Listen.
This new process is orderly, it's safe, and it's humane, and it works. Since we created the new program, the number of Venezuelans trying to enter America without going through a legal process has dropped dramatically, from about 1,100 per day to less than 250 per day on average. And to put in place a faster process.
Now, when it comes to the influx here in Florida, the press secretary for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis tells us they are aware and working on the situation. But a very important thing to point out here, Jay, is just how dangerous this crossing is. When you look closely at these boats, some are made of what appear to be just styrofoam. Oftentimes, a Coast Guard spokesperson tells us they find these boats capsized or taking on water. In fiscal year 2022, there were more than 60 confirmed deaths, and that is why they urge people not to attempt the dangerous voyage. Jay?
Really important to highlight the risk these people are taking coming here. National correspondent Haley Bull reporting for us in Key West. Thanks, Haley.